You were preaching loudly and strenuously that homosexuality is a sin. A big theme in your preaching was don't have secrets in your life?
Yes.
So is it fair to describe you as a hypocrite and a liar?
Yes, it is. You find a person of the opposite sex and you make a lifelong commitment to them.
Ted Haggard seemed to be a devoted husband. He was married with 5 children and pastor of Colorado's New Life Church, but he was living a double life.
He had a relationship with me. We had gay sex.
Meet George Allen Riekers, a conservative Baptist minister, co-founder of the vehemently anti-gay group, the Family Research Council, and one of the nation's loudest proponents of the idea that homosexuality can be cured. Here's George Riekers, photographed by the Miami New Times at Miami's airport, returning from a 10-day European vacation with a much younger, quite hunky companion, who he met and hired through the website rentboy.com.
According to police reports, Curtis, who has voted against gay rights legislation, visited an erotic video store where he was seen receiving oral sex from an unidentified man inside a viewing booth.
The rest of the story is contained in a graphic 50-page police document. The young man alleges Curtis offered him $1,000 for unprotected sex at a nearby hotel.
A state senator has been arrested. He's accused of driving drunk in a state-issued vehicle. And tonight, sources are telling CBS 13 that this Senator, Roy Ashburn, a father of 4, a Republican from Southern California with a history of opposing gay rights, was actually seen at a gay nightclub called Faces in Sacramento before he was arrested.
An evangelical pastor from London has been sentenced to 8 months in prison after admitting charges of indecently assaulting a boy and sexually assaulting a man. Dr. Albert Ojulele, who had a lucrative career of public speaking and TV appearances, ran the Glory House International Pentecostal Church in London. He admitted fondling one of his teenage parishioners, aged 14 or 15 at the time, and groping another pastor while they shared a hotel room.
Florida Republican Congressman Mark Foley abruptly resigned after he was accused of sending sexually explicit internet messages to a former teenage male congressional page.
To be honest, I'm a little too interested in you, so that's why I need to back off a little. Yeah, slow things down a little. I'm still young, like under 18. Don't want to do anything illegal. I'm not 18. Cool. Don't forget to measure for me. A reference to his request that the page provide the measurements of his sexual organ.
Now, within days of the scandal breaking, multiple male pages said that they received similar messages from Foley. One even claimed that he had sex with the former congressman.
Remember a few weeks ago when New York Congressman Christopher Lee resigned suddenly after a Craigslist scandal? It took hours, just hours, for the married Republican to step down after the website Gawker.com published a shirtless photo of him. He was allegedly looking for women on Craigslist. But now it seems there's more to the story, and a lot more. Gawker kept digging, and now it's reporting that Lee was also after cross-dressers and transsexuals.
He preaches to tens of thousands at his megachurch outside Atlanta. He counseled President Clinton during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, and most notably, he's been an outspoken opponent of homosexuality.
You cannot say, I was born this way. I don't care what scientists say. If you say you were born this way, then you're saying, God, you're a liar. And I see this thing down here, but I'm going to ignore it.
But today, Eddie Long, who calls himself Bishop, stands alone in the hot spotlight, sued in civil court by 3 former male members of his church for sexual coercion. No criminal charges have been filed. They say Long introduced them to his world of luxury, private jets, Rolls Royces, plying them with gifts, even putting them on the church payroll while pressuring them into having sex.
The City Council in Spokane, Washington meets tomorrow to consider whether to demand the resignation of Mayor Jim West. West, an outspoken opponent of gay rights, is accused of offering City Hall jobs to young men that he met in a gay chat room online.
Arizona Sheriff Paul Babu, a rising star in the Republican Party, who was co-chair of Mitt Romney's campaign in Arizona and a hardliner in the fight against illegal immigration, was hit with allegations he threatened to deport his secret gay lover. That man who is going by the name Jose, to protect his identity, released photos of himself and Babu together and compromising pictures of the sheriff, including a snapshot of Babu's profile on a gay dating site.
Ken Melman was the campaign manager for George W. Bush's re-election effort in 2004 when the Republican Party ran one of the most anti-gay campaigns in history. They helped to put anti-gay rights measures on ballots in states all across the country. Now, a man at the center of these smear campaigns has come out of the closet and said that he's gay. Melman says it wasn't him. He privately tried to talk the party out of campaigning on that issue. Well, it didn't work.
He's a three-term senator, a member of the Singing Senators.
He is also known as a fierce opponent of gay marriage, and he endorsed Mitt Romney for president, citing his commitment to family values.
Foremost has very strong family values. That's something I grew up with and believe in.
Just 3 weeks ago, Larry Craig pleaded guilty to charges of disorderly conduct, charges that came out of an investigation into lewd behavior in a Minneapolis airport men's bathroom. According to the Capitol Hill newspaper roll call, an undercover police officer investigating complaints of sexual activity says the senator in a stall next to him tapped his foot, a signal the policeman says used by those, quote, wishing to engage in lewd conduct. And then the senator reportedly further signaled by swiping his hand under the divider. Senator Craig was arrested.